Hey guys, as we look towards our spring pattern developing, we're going to see some cool air and a little bit of rain shower activity and snow showers. This is the big story, nor'easter here for the end of the week, marching up to the northeast. This could be some very heavy snow across portions of New England into the northeast. Part of it falls during the day Friday. That sun angle will help out with that. Then we dry out over the east and we'll see this system kind of swing on in. It's going to bring a little bit more cold air with it. Coming down from Canada, that's kind of an Arctic front for this time of year, bringing snow on the northern half, at least a little bit. Minor though, but still, that's bouts of cold air. That system passes by, and then we'll have a little system as we continue through the next week, moving in towards the west coast through the Rockies, and a little bit more rain spreading eastward as temperatures warm up across the east, and that'll be an all-rain system. Temperatures actually do surge towards the east coast, and that cold air will be back towards portions of Colorado, Nebraska, and Kansas, where a little snow is possible. So it's certainly not looking like a later spring pattern or anything. Best chance for still plowable snow. This is a long-range computer model forecast on the predictive total accumulation over the next month. But overall, you want to watch out across the northeast, especially New England. The big amount of snow is going to come from this nor'easter, and then we're certainly not done. Higher elevations, Rockies, Cascades, lots of snow. The Sierra Nevadas as well. But if you're across the I-80 corridor and point south, not a ton as we go towards portions of Kentucky and Ohio back into Missouri. So not quite putting the plows away for good, 100%. But the chances are you're not going to need them much at all coming up. This is the overall pattern. The upper level at 18,000 feet, the wind and pressure level energy. You can see some surges of troughing, these dips in the jet stream occurring across the east. That's allowing for cold air dumps. Meanwhile, big warm air spreading across portions of Vancouver back into the Rocky Mountains and the plains, and then another system swinging in from the west that'll bring another trough through while we have continued dips in the jet across portions of New England up to the Labrador and portions of southeastern Canada as well. So it's kind of a progressive pattern, a little with different waves of warm and cool setting up as we go throughout the course of week number 2 going into our forecast period. So closing out March, going into April. Here you go, a nice little batch. That could spawn off a storm. That's kind of the ideal setup that we look for with the phasing of the two jet streams. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on the long range for still some continued storms with a little bit of cold air tapping in, but also thunderstorm activity. Your overall temperature anomalies. Watch this change. You're going to see waves of the blues and the greens. That is temperatures below average. And then you're going to see waves of the browns and the reds. That is above average. So it's kind of alternating, but a little bit more, especially across the eastern half of the country over the course of the next month or so. Browns, reds, even getting in some white colors there. That's well above average. So that would be 70s and 80s kind of widespread there by the middle of April. And you're just not going to see much in the way of snow where you typically do not see snow once we get towards the first week or two of April. Long range models. Here's a few April forecasts in here. As we take a look at that, you could see them slowly but surely come on in. There's a couple. So one's going to show widespread cool air. The other one's going to show more of just some warm air across the east with a decent amount of cool air back towards the west. And then we have one there on the right side of your screen that's indicating pretty widespread warmth and some very warm temperatures across the northern portion of the country in spots. So which one are we actually going to go with? We're going to go with a little bit more in the way of cooler air staying out across the west, especially the Four Corners region, and warmer temperatures generally staying across the eastern portion of the country. So we're looking for above average air. That's going to fill in nicely as we look towards much of portions of the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes, in towards maybe parts of the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast, and then into the South as well, where we have generally Denver staying cool, Boise staying cool, and then kind of in the middle will be that area where we kind of share the warm and the cooler temperatures off and on. But overall, we're not looking at any crazy sustained cold. We will see things really warm up as a typical spring happens. So if you're in turf management, if you're in event planning, if you're in agriculture, landscaping. We want to help you with accurate, detailed weather forecasts specific to your location with your operation and its impacts in mind. Give us a call or visit our website, fill out the form. We'd love to help you out here at NeoWeather.